Hey growing artists, for this project it's going to take several days. So I want you to make sure you have all the materials necessary, and I want you to do some planning just like we do with thinking paper. So my whiteboard back there is my example of my planning. And the materials you're going to need, some rocks, a paper towel or toilet paper tube. You're going to need some paper towels. I know they're in demand. You could use newspaper or any kind of paper that it's thin that you have in the house. You're going to need some cardboard. A good way to find cardboard is some boxes, some empty boxes. And I'll bet there's a lot of empty boxes in your house right now. You're going to need some masking tape. Doesn't have to be thick. And white glue and water. If you're watching any of my other videos, you know I don't have any white glue. My husband had some of this glue. I wish it was white glue, but it'll work. If you have no glue, you can use water and flour. Get a grown-up's permission. But you need to make a kind of a paste because we're going to do some sculpting. So I would like you to start with a plan on thinking paper. If you made a journal, you could do your planning on one of your journal pages. Or you could do it on some lined paper or whatever paper you have around the house. And I want you to look at the artist's work to be inspired by the way she works. She's a living artist from Israel that I actually found on Instagram, but she's an author and an illustrator. She does some beautiful work, and she really makes a very simple faces. Keeps it simple. So you're going to start with a shape, and work in pencil, like a circle. You're not seeing this, sorry about that. A circle, or a U, or an oval. So you can start with shapes like that, working in your journal, working on just some lined paper. Some shapes like I did up on the board right there. I started with shapes. And then she does the hair, and you're still keeping it very simple, not complicated. So if, let me bend that down, if the ears show, because the hair isn't long, then make the ears. Hair. This way. That way. If the hair doesn't, it covers the ears, then don't make the ears. So this way, that way, simple lines. Above, below. Maybe two big ponytails. So I want you to practice what you want your sculpture character to look like. She also does animals, so you might be interested in that. Practice shapes. You can even practice what the faces look like, and I put a lot of her work up on the Google slide presentation, and if you notice, most of her faces, her nose is a triangle, and I'm going to show you how we're going to sculpt a triangle. And then really big eyes she does. And then a simple smile. And in a lot of her sculptures, she gives them big, or drawings I should say, but she also does sculptures. She gives them big cheeks. Right, and this guy, triangle nose, big happy smile. I think his tongue is out, I'm not so sure. Big eyes. think she shows his lids. You could add eyebrows. Oh, she's got a guy with a mustache. If you want to do that, you could do that. So, I want you to have a practice, a plan. Where are you going to go with this? Thinking paper. So that when you're ready to move on to the cardboard, you know what your face is going to look like. Just like we do in the art studio. And we do need to keep it a triangle for the nose. As tempting it is to use something else, because I'm going to teach you how to sculpt a little nose so it comes off the face on our sculpture. Let's see if I can do a big mustache. And then a smile. She does the big eyes. You can make the face how you like a face, but don't get too complicated, and do keep the nose a triangle. So start with either a U and some ovals and circles. Look at the artist's work. Decide what kind of hair you're going to do. Use a triangle for the nose and have a plan. Have your thinking paper. So this is not your final paper. This is your thinking paper. Would love to see your process when you put this on the stream and you share your thinking paper. Okay, so then we're going to move on to build what's called an armature. Once you have your plan and you've picked which one you want to do, you kind of want to do this one, then you're going to build an armature. The armature, some of you this should sound familiar to, is the bones to your sculpture. Like if we are a sculpture, people were a sculpture, our framework, our armature are our bones. So the framework to a sculpture, what holds it together or you build up on, is called the armature. So thinking paper, a plan, shape, hair, what you want the eyes, nose, and mouth to look like, and then move on to the armature. And that's when all those other materials come into play. Okay. Okay, so I cut up a taco box. So we're going to have tacos tonight. And I'm going to draw I'm going to do this one, I think, my plans on my cardboard. And you should use a pencil. And I have to think, I want room for the hair. And I need a line for the neck. So I'm going to start with a U. I'm looking at my thinking paper. She needs ears to show, because her hair goes up like that. I'm not going to draw the eyes, nose, and mouth right now on this paper yet. Just going to draw the hair, the head, the ears, a nice wide strong neck. No eyes, nose, or mouth, but it's nice to have the eyes, nose, and mouth on my plan. Okay, I decided she needed a friend, so I made her a cat. And then I cut them out. I cut a paper towel tube down. I made sure I could get the neck, and it was a little wide, but I wanted to fold it anyways a little, and I put it inside like this. Now, I want these to be able to stand and not fall over, and once we start building with paper mache on them, they're gonna get weeks and they might fall over. And that's why I had you collect some rocks. So I'm gonna put some tape. Oh, this tape. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got some tape ready, some difficult tape. I have a piece of newspaper. I'm going to give that a squish and put this inside the tube. Give that some strength. And then I'm going to put some rocks. You could do like one big rock that'll fit in there, or some smaller rocks. I just want to have some weight at the bottom. So newspaper and then rocks, and then some tape to hold the rocks in. I already like how it's standing by itself. Okay, now it's going to get my little character in there. Push her down a little. Here she is. And she's already standing because of the weights of the rocks. And you can skip the weights if you want, but it'll just be a sculpture that you would hold and it might not stand. Maybe it will, but the rocks definitely help it stand. So then I'm putting some tape around the top to hold her in by her neck, like that. Oops. So there she is. Alright. And she stands. So you're trying to get to that board for you to see it. Oh dear. Your plan. Start with shape. What the hair is going to look like. On your thinking paper, you can draw what the face is going to look like. Remember, keep the nose a triangle. Then draw and cut out your head. Make sure you add a neck and fill up the tube with some newspaper, then some rocks at the bottom, some tape, tape it in. That's what's now. Now I'm going to show you how to make the nose. Okay, so the nose is probably going to be the trickiest part of all. This is my little nose that I have to tape right there, like that. So let me show you how I did that. And then I'll show you another way, and then you can figure out your own way. That doesn't work. Okay, so I need a square. Right now I have a piece of rectangle. And the best way to get a square out of a rectangle, let's straighten out my cardboard, is to bring down a corner, which is easier to do with paper than this cardboard. Cut that. And that gives you a square. It's a little bigger than I need it, but I want you to see what I'm doing. Okay. And then, so my square now has a fold down the middle. Not exactly down the middle, but down the middle. And I'm going to bring this side and to the fold in the middle. Use my thumbnail to give it a quick crease. So it looks like that. Then I'm going to bring this side to the fold. Looks like that. And I'm going to cut this away. I'm going to cut it a little shorter so my nose isn't so long. So I've got that. And then I let it overlap. I got like a flatter side and a side that pops out. That I can tape to the face. It's kind of big, so I made a smaller one, but I'll just cut this smaller. I'll be right back. So I did a little rolled up piece of tape to make it sticky on both sides. I taped my little pyramid together, and on the flat side I'm going to put the double tape that I made, and then I'm going to put that right on my nose, so it's a nice high relief nose. At this point, if you want to draw the eyes, nose, and mouth and have that be your project, you could do that. But I'm going to show you how to paper mache this. And that's going to involve using the paper towel and glue and water. But if I drew the face on this now, it would also be very cute. That the armature is the sculpture. And I put a tiny nose on the cat. I tried it upside down, but I liked it this way. All right, so the next step is paper mache. If you want to skip paper mache, go ahead and draw and color in the faces just the way they are. If you're going to do the paper mache, white glue and warm water, maybe by your sink, so I'll meet you at my sink, some paper towels, or newspaper. You can paper mache with newspaper. Okay, gonna go set up for paper mache, which could be a whole nother day of art. So one day could be the armature. Okay, so I'm back at my sink. That doesn't mean you have to work at your sink. You could put some plastic down and work at a table. And this paper towel happens to be a roll that Diego got at, and I'm tearing it into pieces, and you don't have to use paper towel. If you have newspapers, cut them into strips. If you have like thin paper from wrapping paper or streamers from a party and it's colorful, that's also fun. Then you wouldn't have to paint it. I might even cut some of these, tear them a little thinner. I don't mind the big size though. Over that way. And then I have, which I wish was white glue, but some glue and water. And I'm going to move my laptop away because the last time I did this it got wet. Push it further back. Here we go. There's soap. Okay. Got that? I'm going to get it wet in the glue and water. I'm doing it over the sink, or you could do it over a plastic bag, wiping off the excess and wrapping it around. Okay, so you're either going to want to let it dry flat on a piece of like a garbage bag, plastic bag, or if you can dry it against a wall, like I have tile, so I can dry it against my wall. Can't do anything with it now, so see you later. Okay, so I painted mine with some white acrylic paint because I was using yellow glue, but yours should come out white. Don't look at my hair. Yours should come out white. It's been drying overnight. Could be a little bit drier. Here's this guy. This is what it feels like when it's dry. Here she is. So now I'm going to look at my thinking paper and I'm going to draw her face and do her outline of her hair. So her hair is going this way, that way. There's her ear. Maybe I'll turn that into an earring since I have extra space there. And then her this way. Kind of got to draw kind of sketch the lines. Could use a regular marker. You could use paint. Whatever you have. There we go. Eyes. Really big eyes. And keep some white hitting in the eyes. Eyelashes. I want them to be the same size. Let's try that. I'm not going to outline the nose. I could do a little dot. Okay, so from thinking paper planning to 2 finished projects. And you can decide how you're going to finish it. If you want to skip the paper mache, you can skip the paper mache. It's going to take a couple of days if you do the paper mache because you need it to dry. You want to skip adding color and it's just black and white, although I couldn't resist a little red there. You can skip that. I could color in the shirt. You could also do the back since it's a sculpture. And let's see, because I put those rocks in there, Although this guy's she's a little too wet right now. There we go. They stand. So give it a try and let's see it on the stream.